All right, here we go. Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham, and we are live less than an hour away from when 53-man rosters are due to the National Football League. We know most teams have either already fully finalized that or have made most of their cuts and are finalizing those decisions as we speak. So we will continue to update you guys with all notable cuts around the league, and then, of course, every Bears cut that comes in. We'll get you caught up on where things sit as of now here in just a few moments. But I'd be remiss if we didn't shout out Michael Horowitz, who sent in a couple $50 super chats, which means I think he deserves a boom because his name is Michael Horowitz. Boom! He says, hope Wheeler clears waivers and gets a practice squad spot. I'd be surprised if he got claimed. More notable backs have been cut, like an Audra Guestimé, for example. A few other draft picks, like Damian Martinez, got cut. So I don't think Wheeler gets claimed. I think he could be a candidate to return to the practice squad. So we'll see if that happens. Michael also said this. He said, don't think official rosters will be out till 3 p.m. Central. Yeah, we're just going live early, chopping it up with you guys, catching you guys up on where things sit, and then when the roster comes in, we will react to it. So appreciate it, Michael. You're a real one. We are going to raffle off a Bears Now hat today, so you get a bunch of raffle tickets right off the bat. So shout out to you. We got Tanner with the 5. He gets a raffle ticket. Interesting hypothetical. Would you rather have Ben with the best version of Mitch or Caleb with Nagy? I saw this going around Twitter. Also feel confident in Jade making the 53. I do think Jade is on the 53. With that question, it's tough to say. Is Nagy the play caller too or just the head coach? I'd still probably I think I would take Caleb with Nagy, but it's a tough call. I mean, if Johnson got Mitch early on, like not the current Mitch, maybe I'd feel different. The current Mitch, he's just not a good player anymore. So maybe early on Mitch, I'd go Ben with him because I think Ben could make most talented quarterbacks at least serviceable. But Caleb is certainly much more gifted than Trubisky was. So it kind of depends on when you'd get them in their development. It's probably the best way I would answer that. But yeah, good hypothetical. Michael again, he said, I saw that in Reddit. Not sure what that was in reference to, something in the chat. But, appreciate the donation regardless. Michael again, one and only. He is the one and only, Cullen. He's the man, he's the myth, he's the legend.
That he is. And we appreciate you joining us today, Michael. And, hey, he's down to party, man. I'm here for it. I am absolutely here for it.
Michael Horowitz bringing the boom early, so
Bringing
shout out to him.
Boom!
Shout out to him.
There we go. We'll get those other super chats loaded up here in a second. We got Cornelius.
Cornelius says, as much as I love Walker, I don't think he should make the team. We have 2 good pass-catching tight ends already. We don't need 6 wide receivers. Well, I think a big part of him making it would be he can contribute on special teams as well, and he could be that backup big-body receiver, which the Bears don't really have unless they were to keep, like, Miles Boykin, but I don't think he's going to get kept. So, I think that's part of it. I think the special teams value would probably be the main reason, but yeah, I also just think like there's something to be said for like, yeah, you may not need him, but he's earned it. Like I think he's earned a spot on this roster. So yeah, that's what I would say to that. So okay, what else we got here? Refrigerator. He says, Cullen, who do you think will get cut? Get your cell phone screen,
I'm about to
Cullen.
say, hey, man, just doing some stuff behind the scenes, but hey, I appreciate Refrigerator Pair. Look, I mean, very interesting question. Obviously, we've kind of gone through, or we will go through some of the cuts that the Bears have already made. If I had to guess, it doesn't seem like Doug Kramer's going to make it. So no fullback dives this year at the goal line, unfortunately.
He was, yeah, to my knowledge, they weren't even using him in that role in preseason, and that kind of limits his value and versatility. He also has been banged up. Maybe he's a short-term IR candidate, but I'm guessing he gets cut. That
I would
be
imagine
my
so.
guess.
I'd imagine so. In fact, you know what? I'm going to actually here. I'm going to make this the poll question, actually. Will the Bears Doug Kramer? Why not? Why not? For the peeps.
Yeah,
Shout out to...
Go answer the live poll.
There we go. There we go. Also, while you're in the chat, shout out your city.
Shout out your city. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from. And then we got to tell the people about Prize Picks here in just a second.
We will. In fact, actually, we can go to that right now while they're getting their answers.
Yeah, we'll get some shout outs after. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from. But in the meantime, do want to show some love to today's sponsor, Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy at prizepicks.com/CLNS. Get started today. Football is back. The true opening weekend of college football is here. The big boys will get going next week as well. So don't miss out on any of the action with Prize Picks. It's very easy to play Prize Picks as you just pick more or less on stat projections on 2 to 6 player lineups. If you get your lineup right, you can win up to 2,000 times your money. All eyes are on the Texas-Ohio State game, and I like Arch Manning to reach the end zone on a rushing score, so I'm taking more on half a rushing/receiving touchdown for him. That's a demon pick, which increases the payout if it hits. I also have LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier to throw for less than 279.5 passing yards against a very tough Clemson defense. That's too high of a number for me. $20 entry to win 90 on this two-player entry. Again, you get a boost with that demon pick from Arch. Check it out today, 2 to 6 player lineups. You can cross over sports as well. Basketball, when that's in season. You got the ladies going on right now. Obviously, baseball ongoing. Football is back. Lots to choose from. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Cullen has that link in the live chat of this stream. All right, I got 850 people watching live. Appreciate everybody being here as we are going to start cycling through some cuts here in a minute. I'll give a few shout-outs here. We got Kenneth in Texas City, Texas, Greg in Portland, Oregon, Matt in Fayetteville, Illinois, Antoine in Plainfield, Illinois. Let's see, Johannesburg from Benga. We got Oxford, UK from Tom. We got Hawk in Dayton, Ohio. Rockford, Illinois from Devon, Philly. That's where John is watching. So appreciate everybody rocking with us. Before we get to the current cuts tracker, real quick, we do have a super chat menu today. We're going to do a little Bears Now hat raffle if you want a chance to win one of our awesome Bears Now hats. Just $5 to enter. $10 you can get 3 raffle tickets, and we'll run back the Venmo Cash App 2X deal. So if you Venmo or Cash App, $10, you'll get 6 tickets instead of 3. If you do $5, 2 tickets instead of 1. So increases your chances of winning if you want to go that route. Colin will put my Venmo and Cash App in the chat at HGramNFL for both. Money sign HGramNFL for Cash App. $100 will bring the boom, and you'll get into the Helmet Hall of Fame Club. We'll get Michael Horowitz in there. Got the helmet in the other room, but we'll get everybody on there. And then every 500 total, we'll knock down a beer boot for you guys. A little game day type of feel here, so we'll have some fun with it. Michael Horowitz once again says, football is a what have you done for me lately sport. Doug has not done anything recently. Agreed. Yeah, I mean, he was on the bubble entering camp, so and he's been hurt for the last couple weeks. So also part of this equation, Colin, is Ryan Bates has stayed healthy, and he's kind of just taken that backup center role. So yeah, I think that reduces the value of a Doug Kramer.
I would agree. And look, I mean, we can actually break down the current, offensive line depth chart. I just don't see a role where Doug Kramer really makes his team. I mean, as we currently stand right now, we still have, 13 offensive linemen still listed on the Bears roster. They're obviously not going to keep 13 offensive linemen heading in. Look, you have Ryan Bates, who's your top interior guy. You have Luke Newman, who, as you mentioned, could play that kind of center guard flex. Bill Murray, I thought, had some really good moments last year. Think he's got a good shot to make it. And then Jordan McFadden's got trade value. So
Murray's kind of like Kramer. He's been hurt a lot, so he's probably going to get cut or IR stashed. Did look good last year. McFadden, they're shopping him. Do they consider keeping him? Does he just get cut? Does Karan Amagaji make the team? I think he does. as that 10th guy, which probably means that McFadden, Kramer, and Murray all get cut. And you roll with your 5 starters. Theo Benedette, Ozzie Trapillo, Luke Newman, Ryan Bates, that's 9. Karan Amagaji is 10. That's my guess on the 10. If you keep 11, I would keep Jordan McFadden. I mean, honestly, he's earned it over Karan Amagaji, but if you're talking about the last offensive line spot, you're more likely to keep a guy you took in the 3rd round last year than a guy you picked up off of waivers in the springtime. So that's why they're shopping him. We'll see. I will say, too, Colin, Ben Johnson had an interesting answer when he was asked about Braxton Jones earlier, and we can kind of just hit those bullet points real quick if you want here. Little reaction to Ben Johnson's presser. Help us out, by the way. Hit that like button. One of the things he was asked, is Braxton Jones your left tackle? And he said, not ready to talk about starters yet. Is there a world that the starting left tackle is not in the building? Something that I've alluded to. Do you try to go get Cam Robinson? People have asked me about Dan Skipper as well. He was obviously with Ben Johnson in Detroit. Mostly a backup, part-time starter there. I don't know if I view him as a viable full-time starting left tackle. Cam Robinson he's not great, but I do think he's a better pass protector than Braxton Jones. Braxton is probably better in the run game, so kind of comes down to what you value more. I know Ben Johnson has said multiple times what he values most in his offensive tackles is guys who can block on an island one-on-one. I do think Robinson does that better than Jones, so we'll see if that is a possibility, if they're working the phones right now to make that, to show interest there. Johnson also did confirm they're going to keep 3 quarterbacks on the 53. Case Keenum will be on the 53. He's not going to go to short-term IR. They aren't going to cut him, so they're keeping all 3. They already cut Austin Reed. We'll see if he's back on the practice squad. Jaylon Johnson is going to be activated. He will be on the initial 53. Now, when asked about week 1, Ben Johnson said that's been the target date. We'll see. So that feels like a coin flip right now. We'll see if he goes week 1. Be a big loss if he didn't, no question about it. And then also, he kind of confirmed that the running back injuries are lingering for Kyle Monungai and Travis Homer and Roshan Johnson right now. So it'll be interesting to see, Cullen, what the initial running back group looks like. I wonder if one of those players, probably not Monungai, maybe Roshan or Homer, goes to short-term IR, designated to return after week 4.
Yeah, I mean, as we're kind of pulling up the depth chart here now, yeah, Ben Johnson nailed it on the head. A lot of these guys dealing with injuries. I mean, DeAndre Swift's going to be your lead RB1, but after that, I mean, Roshan's dealing with kind of a weird injury that could land him on short-term IR. Kyle Monungai's got a lingering injury, as you mentioned. Travis Homer's dealing with something. And, I mean, it just all kind of leads down to the fact that, again, we're seeing some players being cut. Audric Estime of the Denver Broncos. Could the Bears potentially bring him in? Damian Martinez, who me and you both really liked during the NFL draft. He was drafted in the 7th round by the Seahawks. He got released today.
Are you surprised by that as a Seahawks fan?
He would only have made it if the Seahawks were going to keep 4. George Halani had clearly...
Halani had a great preseason.
He really did. So, no, listen, I mean, honestly, he could be a target I would expect for a couple teams, the Bears being one of them, and he'd be a good complement to Swift, in my opinion. I think he's a really tough physical runner, loves to get downhill, and look, I mean, he's the Bears, like you said, they need able bodies, especially into this beginning of the season. And right now, DeAndre Swift's pretty much the only one that's guaranteed at the moment.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. Gary Ross, my guy, says look for one of the running backs to go on short-term IRs. I think that's going to be Roshan or Homer. I don't know which one. When Monungai first got dinged up, they acted like that wasn't long-term. Now, it's been over a week now, so maybe something has changed there, but I'm guessing he is not the one that would go to short-term IR. So look for a potential addition at that position. Cam Akers, a veteran, was cut. Would they consider bringing a guy like that in? Audric Estime, played at Notre Dame just a few hours down the road, was in Denver last year in his rookie year. Declan Doyle was on that staff, so you would think he'd be able to provide some insight onto him. So some interesting options that could be available on the waiver wire. Benjamin, is there a name that has been cut that really intrigues you as a Bears pickup? And, of course, Bear Down FGB. Well, we will do a waiver wire targets video after all of this. It'll go out probably later tonight. Estime is a name I think that we should keep an eye on. I am interested in Damian Martinez. I do wonder, though, they didn't draft him and he went in the 7th round. Like,
There was some character concerns.
has their opinion changed?
Maybe.
I don't know. Cam Akers didn't sign till late, so like, is that a guy they'd be interested in? I'm not sure. Isaiah Foskey hasn't done anything in the NFL, but I liked him a lot coming out of Notre Dame. I think he's their all-time sacks leader too, as well. And you would think the Bears had an up-close look at him. The Saints cut him, former 2nd-round pick. So we know that this edge group is kind of underwhelming right now, Colin, and Austin Booker's banged up. So keep an eye on adding an edge rusher in some capacity, I would think. Also, Gabriel Murphy got released by the Vikings. Our Vikings host was pretty surprised by that. He had a pretty strong preseason, so maybe that's someone you kick the tires on as a young player with some talent.
Former UNT great, by the way.
North Texas to UCLA.
Yep. Him and his brother, I'm pretty sure, got released. His twin brother, Grayson.
Grayson Murphy, yeah.
So, no, but yeah, definitely a potential option. And look, the Bears, I can pull up the tweet talking about Zadarius Smith here. I think it was Jeremy Fowler.
Gabriel Murphy didn't do much in the 2nd preseason game, but in the 1st preseason game, 2 sacks and 3 hurries. Now, he's probably playing against deeper backups, but still.
Still, exactly. Look, there's the note from Fowler. Excuse me. Multiple contending teams have checked in on Smith. Now, is contending meaning like teams are contending against each other? Are they contending in terms of their actual kind of place in the NFL standings? Who knows? But I do think, the Bears should be in on Zadarius Smith, if he is looking to sign, which by all accounts appears that he's going to. So, yeah, I'm with you, Harry. I think the weakest position group at the moment is edge. Even with the running back injuries, I still have more confidence in that group based on what we've seen, at least from when they're healthy, versus what we haven't seen from guys like Dio Adengbo. And
if you tell me Monongai's healthy week 1, I feel better about running back than edge.
I would agree.
We've seen nothing out of Adengbo. I still think Montez will be fine, but dominant, probably not. And the depth is a major concern. So, I trust DeAndre Swift enough. And if Monongai's healthy, I think those two can hold it down, at least in the short term. So, we'll see. We'll see. Michael, a Dan Skipper pickup I'm down with. I'm down with it. I just don't view him as a viable starting left tackle necessarily. Like, what's the difference between Dan Skipper and the rest of this left tackle competition? Like, probably not much. Now, Ben knows him. If they bring him in, I would guess that that's meaningful. I don't think they would bring him in for no reason, but that would feel a little on the kind of underwhelming side.
Agree.
Oh, here's a note. Not great. Brad Biggs, practice has ended. TJ Edwards and Dominique Robinson both exited early with athletic trainer Andre Tucker. So how does that impact the potential decisions here? You don't have much time to identify if those are serious injuries or not, but that's interesting.
Very. Very interesting.
Especially considering Tremaine Edmonds missed the last preseason game with the soft tissue, and now TJ Edwards, his running mate, left practice. So that is something to monitor here, no question about it.
Very something to monitor. TJ, do you have any upsets happening this weekend?
College football? I got to look closer, to be honest.
I will say
I do like Texas at Ohio State. I like Texas winning that game.
Yeah.
I also love the under in that game.
Really? So you're going the under?
I'm a big under play in that game.
Okay.
Both quarterbacks, really their first real starts for both. Arch has started a couple games, but, he started, I think, against Louisiana Monroe and Mississippi State?
Yeah.
This is a different deal.
It is. It's a different animal.
I like the under in that game. I could see both quarterbacks coming out a little slow.
I could see it as well. To me, this seems like a classic kind of shootout game. There's a lot of talent on both sides of the ball, or the offensive side for both Texas and Ohio State. Now, again, granted, as you mentioned,
Texas may also have the best defense in the country, by the way.
They might. Colin Simmons is going to be a real player for them. So, look, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of good games. You've got Alabama, Florida State, although I wouldn't call that an upset. I'd favor Alabama in that one. You got LSU, Clemson as well. That's going to be a really good game. I think that one's kind of later in the weekend. So definitely a lot of good games. In terms of the upset, I'll need to do more research to feel confident in picking something. But yeah, definitely a lot of good games this weekend for sure.
Yeah, Twinquist here. I've always preferred the short beard Harrison bear down. Well, we will definitely let it grow back out, Twinquist, but I do appreciate it. I needed a fresh cut and a trim down before the season got going. So now, I got a long runway here until I need to do it again. So appreciate you, Twinquist.
The efficient way of doing it. Do you want to go over the cuts that have been made so far?
Oh, by the way, Brad Biggs. Tuesday's short practice revealed some roster moves. Why don't you go through some cuts while I read this real quick?
Sure thing. So cuts as of now, or maybe we'll get a new update here in a second. Samori Toure, Royce Freeman, Chris Glazer, Caleb Hayes, Mark Perry, Mekhi Garner, Millard Bradford, Xavier Carlton, Jeremiah Walker, and Swayze Bozeman. Thomas Gordon, Joel Wilson, Austin Reed, Ian Wheeler, Alex Cook, Power Eccles, Trey Flowers, Joshua Miles, Ricky Stromberg, J.P. Richardson. And then we get into kind of the more recent cuts here. We got Luke Elkin, Tanoh Kpassagnon, Zacch Pickens, and Tyler Scott, at least as far as I know, are the most recent ones. So the Bears, by Harry's count, we kind of discussed this. They've got roughly about 11 cuts that they need to make to get down to that 53-man roster limit. So, again, I know some people will probably be wanting to talk about those last two guys, Zacch Pickens and Tyler Scott, as they are not only the most recent cuts, but also two kind of notable draft investments made by Ryan Poles. Harry, what were your kind of initial thoughts?
Yeah, not surprised on either of those, especially Pickens. The Tyler Scott one's tough because you do see the flashes. The issue with him, Colin, and it's an example for draft evaluation, is if you don't have play strength, it doesn't matter how fast you are. He can run, but he doesn't have play strength. So you get him against a press corner, he just can't get off the line of scrimmage. So he also doesn't track the ball super well for a speed guy. So, I think he's worth taking a flyer on if you're another team. I'd like to see him back on the practice squad, but we'll see what happens. Pickens, just never saw much. Didn't like the pick at the time, and it did not age well. Kpassagnon, we do have a note on him here. Biggs says he is expected to re-sign to the practice squad and could be a game day elevation, especially early on. So, is that a signal of Austin Booker, short-term IR, or he may not be ready? I think that's definitely a possibility there. A couple other notes from Biggs. I mentioned earlier that he tweeted both TJ Edwards and Dominique Robinson left practice early. Also, and credit to Gary Ross here, who is ahead of him on a couple of these notes. Shout out to my guy Gary Ross. Carl Jones was practicing. That's probably a sign he's made this team. A guy that I did not really consider to be on the bubble. Has some special teams value. Had a cup of coffee on the 53 last year. Eamon Ogbongbemiga was not seen at practice. Biggs labeled that with a shoulder, so I don't think that's a cut situation. That could be an injury situation, so we'll see how they handle that. And Britton Brown was not practicing. Sounds like he's been cut. DeAndre Swift, the only running back at practice today because Kyle Monangai, Travis Homer, and Roschon Johnson are all dealing with injuries as well, and Britton Brown has been cut. We can add Britton Brown to the cuts there, Colin.
Okay.
If you want to get him on there. But that is where things sit right now as we are 32 minutes out. So with the Brown cut, 10 or so players that still need to get cut. Gary tells me that he expects Kramer's going to be cut, so that's another one. We'll kind of hold off on that one being official at this point, but I think with Britton Brown not being at practice, that's a clear indicator that he is not going to be on this football team. All right, well, Goat Mode said, I don't think Garner's been cut. That one hasn't been reported, but I've been told he's been cut. Okay. Let's see, 31 minutes or so until rosters are due. Some news around the NFL. Spencer Rattler named QB1 over Tyler Shuck in New Orleans. Is it too early to declare that a failed draft pick by the Saints? Time will tell on that, but that is not great. Good tweet by Tom, by the way, on the Rattler thing. He says, "Going with the younger guy makes sense."
Gotta love it, man. I mean,
that's pretty funny.
That's going to be one of the more puzzling draft picks, especially if Shug never earns his way onto the field this year. I mean, that is something.
I'll tell you what, if Dominique Robinson now has an injury and Booker has who's going to rush the passer? Who's rotating? Sweat and Adengbo playing 100% of snaps?
I don't know. It's a
problem, man.
It's a problem. All right, so we got an update here. So Britton Brown added to the cuts list. Yeah, this is interesting stuff. So now we got about 10 more players.
I think we're down to 63 unofficially. Other guys that are expected to be cut: Kramer, Bill Murray. I think Jordan McFadden gets cut if they don't find a trade here. You still have Jonathan Ford, or Chris Williams at defensive tackle. Jamry Chroma has not been cut yet. I think that seems like an obvious cut.
Yep.
So you've got him. Tyson Johnson is probably another one. So they still have a few names to get through, and then with those running backs, and Booker, probably a couple IR stashes. So maybe 8 more cuts and 2 short-term IRs.
Yeah,
that's probably what we're looking at. Michael Tyler always seemed undersized, but I'm a bit shocked with some of these, but hoping they claim some of these guys after waivers. I mean, a lot of these guys that get cut will clear waivers and they'll be back on the practice squad. So that'll happen starting tomorrow after noon Eastern time. So we will have that covered as well.
100%. Tony Williams also sent in, please stop the Zadarius Smith hype. You did the same thing with Ngakoue, and we all know how that went. Zadarius Smith is bad news. Ask Ben Johnson. He had a front row.
Listen, I'm not advocating to sign a guy if he's a bad dude. I'm just saying they need a pass rusher. Doesn't have to be Smith. I know he's productive, though. But, yeah, if he's a bad fit, he's a bad fit. I'm just saying and, by the way, I did pound the table for Ngakoue, and what happened? They signed him. It may not have worked out super well, but they did sign him.
That they did.
I mean, you ready to go to war with Dominique Robinson? They need a pass rusher. It doesn't matter what the guy's name is. Zadarius Smith, Jadeveon Clowney, Micah Park. I don't care who it is, but they need somebody. I don't feel great about who they have. That's my take. You could feel differently, but I don't think they have enough at edge rusher right now, and I would expect some sort of an addition.
And you are allowed to have that opinion.
Thank you.
All right, Michael's coming in with a $10 super chat. He says that's a rough take. I'm assuming you mean from Tony, but
could be me.
Could be.
Who knows?
Never want to
Adam Johns says 10 offensive linemen at practice today, including Karan Amagaji and Theo Benedict. So I would guess we have 13 right now. Kramer, Murray, who are both hurt, and McFadden are probably the 3 who weren't there.
That seems
right.
Like
a safe bet.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Here, I'm just loading up.
Jade Walker was at practice, so
Yeah.
I think he's made the team.
Shout out.
Shout out Jade Walker, man.
All right, we'll get Michael's. Yeah, here's a super chat. Thank you as always, Michael, for the donation. And then, honestly, let me just double check here. I think we can do some roster bubble. I wanted to make sure get these loaded up here in a second. We do some roster bubble as soon as it updates, but yeah, we're down to like 13 guys on the roster bubble, Harry, and there's some interesting names on here as we kind of pull them up.
Yeah, we can pull them up here as we go through it here. Roschon Johnson, Travis Homer. I think that's more of like injury watch. I think they're probably both in the mix in some capacity. Maybe one's on the 53, one's on short-term IR. Jonathan Ford, my guess is he gets cut. Jade Walker, I think he's safe. Devin Duvernay, I didn't mention him. He was at practice as well. He's back from that injury. That's probably an indicator that he's making this team and will be the returner. Not sure about Miles Boykin. I think he's probably cut. I think Steven Carlson's probably cut. Karana Magaji was practicing. I don't know if Jordan McFadden was. I don't think he was. Eamon Agbogbemiga was not out there, but apparently he's injured, so we'll keep an eye on that situation. Dominique Robinson left practice early, so I think he's in line to make the team, but now I don't know what his injury situation is. And then Daniel Hardy and Chris Williams on the bubble there as well. And then I had these guys as likely Bears cuts. Doug Kramer, Bill Murray, Jamry Chroma, and Tyson Johnson. I initially had Carl Jones on here, Cullen, but he was practicing today. Gary tells us he thinks he's making the team, and it's Biggs indicated that in the article as well.
Yeah.
Not a confirmation, but typically these guys that practice right around when the cuts are due are on the team.
Usually,
It's kind of a indicator. There might be a rare exception where they just need someone to get through a practice and they've promised him a practice squad spot if he doesn't get claimed or something, but that is typically the case. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, linebacker was a position that I think most Bears fans and people that cover the Bears felt pretty strongly that it was going to be, the 5 guys minus Carl Jones. So, look, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see if Eamon O maybe is the guy that they kind of choose to let go there. I mean, he had some rough moments during the preseason, so could that be an option they go down to? Maybe, but look, I mean, there's definitely a lot of different directions. Obviously, we're getting closer to that roster cuts deadline in terms of guys that are expected to make it and stuff. But I completely agree. Yeah, if they're out there practicing, even if they do get dinged up, as it were, I would expect them to be on this team for the 2025 NFL season.
Someone in the chat said, did Hardy not work out at outside linebacker? I know they mentioned, I think during OTAs, that they would explore with him at linebacker. I never heard about any of that at training camp, so I'm guessing that was a brief experiment.
Got it.
That did not pan out. So, yeah, I mean, maybe part of his value is he can be an emergency linebacker, but, he's more of an undersized defensive end, special teams guy.
Would agree. We got Tony coming in here with a $5 super chat. He says, my point is, if Ben Johnson was around him last year and he still hasn't got him, or any other team has for that matter, it kind of tells you everything, ... right?
I mean, probably. Not necessarily, though. Yeah. I tend to think you're probably onto something there. I can only go with information I know, I know to be true. I have been told that he could be a problem in the locker room, and I've always said, if that's the case, then don't bring him in. But I also know he's one of the best pass rushers available, so they need to bring somebody in. And again, I don't care who it is, Clowney, Smith, someone else. I think we saw, and I don't want to overreact to one Chiefs game, but last year the pass rush was a problem, and from what I've seen so far, I don't know if signing Dio Adengbo is the elixir there. Hopefully it is. Hopefully in the regular season he's just awesome. But I don't know. I'm concerned about that group.
Agreed.
Taylor Scott hasn't got cut yet. You mean Tyler Scott? And if you do, he has been cut.
He has been. It also could be, again, Zadarius Smith taking his time, right? He doesn't want to participate in off-season workouts, right? Maybe he's just here for the regular season.
And look, maybe the Bears are a team he wouldn't consider. That's something we don't talk about with all this stuff. Go get this guy. Well, they have to want to play for you. So there could be a million things. What's up, Marty K? Appreciate that.
Harrison Graham's beard. Since we'll never know, who do you think won CB2?
Well, I mean, we will know.
Yeah.
When they go on the field week 1. I think it's Tyreek Stevenson.
Yeah.
I think it's Tyreek Stevenson. Seemed like it was pretty close in practice, but in the games, I thought he outplayed Nahshon Wright pretty significantly. So both will be on the team. That could be ongoing. We saw with Reek and Terrell Smith the last couple of years, Smith would get snaps. So, if Tyreek is struggling, they could give Wright some snaps. But my guess is when the starting defense goes on the field for the first time, Tyreek Stevenson is out there. Now, they could be both out there because we don't know for sure if Jaylon Johnson's going to be ready. But, that's my thought. You guys let us know in the chat. But
let us know. Yeah, who's your CB2? In fact, here, let me do this. Your CB2. Tyreek. Sean Wright.
Courtney Cronin with the note that several bubble players, Kron Amagaji, Daniel Hardy, Jade Walker, Dominic Robinson, who left early, were at practice today. That's an encouraging sign for their roster chances. Here's who she counted not present. We've gone over a lot of this. Tyler Scott, Maurice Alexander, Travis Homer, Roshan Johnson, Kyle Monungai. She mentioned some of these are injury related. J.P. Richardson, Makai Garner, Tyshim Johnson, Britton Brown, Josh Blackwell. That's interesting. Is Blackwell a surprise cut? Luke Elkin, although I think he's been banged up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's an injury one, but keep an eye on that. Bill Murray, Jonathan Ford, Ricky Stromberg, and we already know some of these have been announced as cuts. Miles Boykin, Tanoh Kpassagnon, Doug Kramer, Jordan McFadden, Stephen Carlson, Austin Booker, Zacch Pickens. So there you go.
There we go.
We're 5 subs away from 127,500. If you want to support the program, we go live usually every Monday, Thursday, and game day, but with roster cuts today, we're going live here on a Tuesday. We also will have you guys covered every single day with videos, regardless of our live coverage. So lock us in, subscribe to the channel. Do not miss out here on Chicago Bears Now.
We just got a subscriber. If we get to 127,500, I'll take a little shot ski.
I'll do a little shot for 127,500. Got the Tito's ready to go.
Let's go. Well, maybe not.
And we lost one.
Well, you guys just let us know.
And I'm dead.
And I'm sad. All right. Michael Horowitz. How much do you think we could get Jadeveon Clowney for?
I would say, I don't know, 5-6 million probably at this late in the process. Maybe even less. Who knows? Maybe it's like one of those. I think the Amari Cooper deal we found out today was base 3.5, incentives up to 6, something like that. Probably wouldn't cost a ton. Cornelius, did my man Chris Williams make the roster? I think so, Cornelius. I think he's in. I think he's the 5th defensive tackle. So,
heck yeah.
I think he's on the team.
There we go. In case you guys are just joining us, I am keeping track of all these raffle tickets. So if you are sending in $10 super chats, you get 3 raffle tickets. $5 is a raffle ticket for a Bears hat that Harrison's showing you on
Bears
screen.
Now hat, baby, if you want one.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Venmo Cash App is 2 times the tickets, which I can throw in the chat. Yes, Horowitz, I see you. We'll get to you here in just a second. And then $100, you join the Boom Club here at Bears Now, and you get a helmet on the Bears Now helmet that we do not have in the room at the moment, or Bears helmet, I should say. And then every $500, if we get there, we will do a beer boot. So, yeah. Down to party today. Again, it's a lot of news happening, so we're going to be kind of all over the place, but we're down to have a good time as well, as always, as you guys know. So, yeah, here for it, man.
2 tickets for the price of 1 via Venmo and Cash App, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what, Horowitz? We didn't bring any bevs in here. I will step into the other room and fill up a couple beer bongs. How about that? He has donated enough, so shout out to Horowitz. Colin, if you can hold it down for a sec, I'll go fill a couple of these bad boys up.
I got you. What up, peeps? What up? What up? What up? Shout out to you, Michael. Let's have a good time. Shout out to y'all. Who was did Miles Boykin get cut? I'm seeing that in the chat. I'm looking it up right now.
Biggs probably has it. He's had a lot of the. Let me see.
Where do you guys see that?
Well, he wasn't at practice today, so that could be the.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What up, Walter?
Not saying anything.
Gary Ross says he was told.
He was told.
Yeah.
Gary's been on it, so I trust him.
No, I believe it too. I'm personally not seeing it anywhere else, but hey, if that's the word. Miles Boykin. Still looking it up here. Like I said, I believe you. I'm just trying to see if we can get another confirmation on it. I don't know, but I trust you. Yes, we'll get that beer bong here in a second. If you guys hadn't already, Please like the video. We are at 237 likes here. We got 1,700 people in the chat. If we get to 350 by the time Harry gets back, because he's got to walk all the way to the other kitchen. Actually, we'll do 300. If we do 300 likes, I'll do a shot ski. Do a little shot ski of vodka, 259. So shout out to you guys. But yeah, feel free. I saw somebody ask, Colin, who would be your surprise cut candidate? Josh Blackwell for sure. I hadn't even considered Blackwell as a potential candidate to be cut. Yeah. Well, they were just asking hypothetical, like who would be a surprise cut candidate, I guess. I wouldn't imagine he would be. Thank you, Harry. It would be something. If Blackwell were to get actually cut, it would be. He is, and he just has that flexibility to also play in exactly. So.
All right.
Gary's saying McLeod has surpassed Blackwell, but he probably still makes it.
Yeah, I think McLeod's a better DB, but I think Blackwell's a better special teamer. And with Trey Flowers getting cut, I think they're both on the team anyway.
That's fair. All right, so we got Michael super chatted again. Shout out to you, Mr. Horowitz. He says Saunders made the 53.
Saunders. Who is Saunders? Am I missing something here? Help me out, chat. Who is Saunders?
Yeah.
Guessing that's a typo from
Horowitz.
Yeah, there's no Saunders.
Yeah, no one is named Saunders.
I appreciate the donation.
Yeah. Michael, feel free to let us know in the chat.
Someone says I think he means Sanders, but who are we? He
says Sanders.
But who's? Am I an idiot? Who's Sanders on the Bears? I don't know any Sanders.
He says he's driving. Oh, Shadur Sanders from Cleveland? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. We knew that.
Yeah.
We knew Shadur was making the Browns roster.
Yeah.
They were going to keep 4 quarterbacks before cutting him. Colonel Sanders. Good God.
Fair enough. All right. I did make a deal with them, Harry. I got to take a shot of Tito's.
Oh, here you go.
Shout out to you guys for getting to 300 likes. Shout out to you. I'll get Benjamin.
That's a great question, Benjamin. I am actually out of town for a bachelor party. I'm going to try to do some content while I'm gone, but I will not be going live this weekend.
There we go.
I'm for sure going to do a Texas-Ohio State reaction.
Yeah,
that is
really good
100% in the cards. It's a good question, though.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. I trust Gary Ross on this, but have you seen anything else on the Boykin stuff?
Not from any of the insiders, but Gary's had good info throughout. So,
do you want me to go ahead?
And he wasn't at practice.
It's your call.
I mean, we're so close. We can just wait at this point.
Okay.
I mean, you could add them, and then we'll just, if we need to change it, I guess we can change it. However you want to do it.
I'll just wait until we get it confirmed. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah,
we'll get Benjamin up here in just a second. Here you go.
Yeah, Benjamin. No live because I'll be out of town, but we'll have 1 or 2 videos this weekend. 1 or 2 videos. Okay, you want to knock out this bong?
Sure.
Sure. All right. Cheers.
Salute.
3, 2, 1.
Ugh, excuse me. Hopefully I covered that up enough. Gotta love it. Mid-season form.
First one of the day.
Walter says we need all white uniforms. I do think this is
I would like the polar bear all whites with the I wish the bear logo on a white helmet too. That would be sick.
That would be
the
pretty
McCaskies are very traditional. So much to this point they're not even doing the orange unis this year.
Lame. Lame.
Yeah, it is what it be.
Oh man. Yeah, still waiting here on potential coots for Dabbies. Very interesting.
All right.
Appreciate that, Tom.
10 minutes and change. 10 minutes and change.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and ask y'all in the chat since y'all asked me.
Colin, what I'll do here
What's up?
or when the cuts are in, what's the easiest way with the depth charts? Do you want to just read only, take the guys off, or do you want me to update them and you move them back over?
It would be helpful to me, but again, if like you're too busy doing
No,
other stuff,
I can do that.
yeah,
That's
move
just
them
as
back
easy.
over. Because I'm gonna add the cuts to like the, yeah.
Cool.
So that would be very appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. Is that? Yeah. You know, I'll ask you guys this: who's your surprise cut candidate, if you have one?
Give me a surprise cut.
Carlos says, "Duh, Bears."
Duh, Bears, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears, the Bears.
The Bears. Walter says, I'd be surprised if Cullen got cut. He's my goat. Walter, you're always showing love. I appreciate you, brother. We got Billings. We got Blackwell. Ryan Poles from Soldier Bear. Noah Sewell. Roshan. Someone said Caleb. That's funny.
Tyson Bagent. They just extended him. Cut.
Just
extended him. Went nuclear in the preseason finale. Threw the game-winning touchdown. Cut. That would be ridiculous.
Oh my God. Horowitz is just going freaking nuclear today.
Michael Horowitz, man. It's one of a kind. One of a kind.
We will get him up on screen here in a second.
Oh, man.
Man, oh, man. There we go. Gosh.
9 minutes.
Oh, okay, so we got a couple.
Be aware, these aren't always revealed to us right at 3 o'clock Central. I hope they are, but they aren't always. Harrison Cullen, please help me out. Who will be our linebackers after I think you mean TJ and Tremaine. For some reason, the third starting linebacker escapes me. Noah Sewell is that third guy right now. And then Ruben Hippolyte's the fourth. I think that's a position they might end up adding at, though, especially with TJ Edwards leaving practice today. Tremaine Edmonds missed the last preseason game with the soft tissue. So keep an eye on a linebacker addition. Could be a spot they add someone.
Agreed, yeah. Especially with this recent Carl Jones stuff. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, the fact they're keeping him well, and I wonder if he's one of those like placeholder 53 guys where they keep him initially, but if they put in a claim for a guy they like better, he's like the first guy. He's the guy who gets cut. Because remember, waivers tomorrow, and if they claim someone and they get that player, you have to cut someone to make room for that player. So I wonder if Carl Jones is kind of that guy, if you will.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. No,
all right, Michael Horowitz making it rain some more. Who will be more in the hot seat if this year goes up in flames? Poles, Williams, or Johnson? Honestly, probably Williams. Because Poles and Johnson's a first-year coach, and Poles just got extended. So, especially if the offense is having the issue. The fan base might feel differently, but in reality, it would be more on Caleb, I would guess, in terms of like within the organization.
Yeah, it also depends, right, on like how the season goes.
It's context, like why is it going up in flames, like
yeah.
But if you're just asking in generalities, like who's under more pressure? Well, the number one pick who's entering year 2 is probably under more pressure than the guy who just signed to become the head coach and the GM who just got extended. You could say, well, it's year 4 for Poles. It's like, well, they just extended him. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
yeah.
So
you could also make the argument too that if you had to rank which of these 3 would be most likely, like the reason that the season goes bad or up in flames, you could argue Caleb's that main reason. Like if the season isn't a success, who would you like think?
Yeah, I mean, you could say Poles, like if the pass rush is abysmal, you could be like, well, you paid Dio Adengbo and you didn't do anything else. And the pass rush was a joke again. So, but yeah, anyway. Tyler.
Poles has had some good hits like Kyler and Brisker, but bad misses in the 3rd and 4th. How would you rate him so far? Can't wait for week 1 Monday Night Football stream.
Yeah, it's been a mixed bag. There's a lot of good things he's done. There's a lot of misses he's had. The 3rd round has been pretty brutal. I mean, he took Velus Jones in the 3rd round of his first draft off the team. before the end of year 3. Flashed some, but never, if anything, he was known for making mistakes. Zacch Pickens cut today, and Karan Amagaji sounds like he's going to make the team, Cullen, but I mean, barely. Like, that's his 3rd-round pick so far, so that's got to be better. No question about it. I mean, you can't go 0 for 3 on 3rd-round picks.
I was about to say, I think Roschon was like the other 4th-round guy.
He was a 4th. That's been
meh,
like okay.
Yeah.
Tyler Scott. Look, I'll defend that pick. Draft evaluators, some draft guys had him as a 2nd-round grade. Really fast guy, touchdown machine in college. Just didn't have the play strength to play in the pros.
Yeah.
At least so far. So, look, you get into day 3, the hit rate goes down, but yeah, the 3rd-round picks. I mean, especially where the Bears have been picking. Valus was 71 overall. That's a high pick. Amagaji, 75. Zacch Pickens, 64. Like, these are high picks. Top 75 picks, you should at least get contributors more often than not, and you've gotten 0 out of those 3. So that's not good.
Not good at all. And Xavier, what left tackle could the Bears trade for? It's funny you asked that.
I think Cam Robinson's the only guy, unless there's an unforeseen left tackle out there that I'm unaware of. The only other one is Jalen Moore, the Chiefs, because Josh Simmons won that job, and it sounds like Juwan Taylor's going to be the right tackle, and Kingsley Suamatai, their left guard. They were working him at those 2 positions, but I still think they like him. I think they're going to keep him as like their 6th offensive lineman, but that would be another name worth, making a phone call on, but I don't think they're going to move him. But those are probably, starting caliber tackles don't become available very often. And the ones that do, like even Cam Robinson, it's like you're not getting some all-pro here. You're getting a serviceable left tackle. So, and at this point, I don't expect that to be the case. Now, a trade could happen after the deadline. But here's some news. Kyle Duggar and Kendrick Bourne will make the 53-man roster in New England for now.
For now, yeah.
So,
jeez. That's something, man. That is something. Duggar, again, our guy Ricky Scoops said that the Raiders and Patriots could be interested in a Duggar for Jacoby Myers kind of swap. Again, I would assume picks would be involved.
That's a big L for the Raiders.
Yeah.
I would have to get at least like a 3rd in that type of deal, I think. You're taking on a bad contract and a worse player.
Agreed.
So,
Michael says, all right, hear me out. Make it interesting. Okay. If Karan
we're not doing that.
No.
Luckily, even if I agreed, which I wouldn't, I don't think he's getting cut. So, find out soon who does get cut.
Michael, another 50. Are we circling the wagon again with quarterbacks? If this year burns down, a sick part of me wants them to get a Manning, LMAO.
You guys want to take?
Oh, Lord.
If Caleb's not the guy, I honestly think they would give Bagent like an extended look. This would probably be in next year. Probably wouldn't be this year. But I think that is a small piece of that extension of they really like him as the backup, but I think they think something is there, and Ben clearly likes him. So if this thing just completely combusted, I don't think the next answer would be they're drafting a quarterback. I think they would go into a season with Bagent as the starter and see how it went and draft a veteran backup. Now, again, this is down the road, but that would be my guess on what they do. Now, if there's some world where they get the number 1 pick again and there's a generational prospect, then that changes things. But none of that's going to happen because Caleb's the guy, and we're not going to have to worry about this anymore.
Yeah. Let's focus on this year. Let's think positively here.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who got cut. I'm not worried about what's going to happen with Arch Manning. Okay, Buff Mac. I'm glad the Bears didn't have a 3rd-round pick this year for Pulse to whiff on. What's funny though? Not funny. They traded back from 41. They did that maneuvering with the Bills, and they ended up with Ozzie Trapillo and Shamar Turner. They could have just taken Ariante Ursary at 41. Just a thought.
Yeah.
He's going to be CJ Stroud's blindside protector, it sounds like.
if there was one thing that Harry could really like kind of puff his chest out a little bit, is that apparently, again, according to all reports, Ariante Ursary looks ready to go. Like
I was on this guy in like November.
Yeah, I mean he was.
I thought he was a first round talent that you could get in the second round at left tackle.
Yeah, I mean you drafted him numerous.
I think I
times.
drafted him more than any other player in my mocks. Is that fair to say?
It was up there.
I did like 15 mocks. I bet I drafted him 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, it's up there with like some other guys we did in mocks, obviously, but yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think, like, who did I mock at 10 a lot?
Oh, I mean, you know, there was
Like
Genty,
Tyler Warren, Ashton
Tyler
Genty.
We made it a couple.
I think I did
Campbell
Loveland
before.
once.
Yeah.
Did Mike Green once.
Yep.
He looks pretty fucking good.
You also you were a big JT
Michael Williams. Guy. Yeah, I was. I haven't heard anything about him, to be fair.
Yeah.
All right, it's 3:00.
We got Dylan V. Poles' biggest enemy is the 3rd and 4th round. LOL. All right, while Harry, and this is actually a good super chat from Peace to the Way. Bear up and bear the F down. Get some bear downs going in the chat. I'm giving shout outs while we're
Get the bear downs going. Let's go.
While we're checking out here, see if we got any news. Get the bear downs.
Not seeing anything yet. I think last year this trickled out a little bit later, so stick with us.
All right, we got PD, we got Diego, we got Cams, we got Philip, Anthony, Barry, Devin, Chris, Blank, Tom, Alex, Almighty, Timothy. Slamuel says Joshua, the legend killer Dobbs. Could be an option, I guess, in the area scenario. We got Cameron, we got Savage, we got Dusty.
All right, the Bears just tweeted.
Oh,
here we go.
I think we're live, folks.
All right. I'm pulling it up right now. All right, so.
Oh, yeah, they released it.
The Bears have placed 2 players on short-term IR. Travis Homer, Eamon Ogbongbemiga. So if you want to make a weigh-in 2 on those guys, Cullen. Or actually just do a asterisk on I'll get those on the depth charts going here. How about I just talk you through it and you can do it on the depth charts? Does that make sense?
Sure.
So Travis Homer, put an asterisk after his name, and then same with Eamon Ogbongbemiga, and then in that note section put asterisk equals short-term IR. So that is that. 3 players have been waived with injury designations: Tyson Johnson, Doug Kramer, and Bill Murray. The following players have been waived: Maurice Alexander, Britton Brown, Luke Elkin, Jonathan Ford, Mekhi Garner, Jamry Chroma, Jordan McFadden, Zacch Pickens, J.P. Richardson, Tyler Scott, Ricky Stromberg. We had announced a lot of those already. They have also released vested veterans Miles Boykin, Stephen Carlson, Tanoh Kpassagnon, and Jaylon Johnson is officially activated to the 53. So there you go. I will go through the rest of these depth chart moves. So stick with us here. Jade Walker has made the 53. Theo Benedict, Karan Amagaji have made the 53. Daniel Hardy, Dominique Robinson have made the 53. Jonathan Ford was cut. Chris Williams has made the 53. Jamry Chroma was cut. Carl Jones has made the 53. Zay Frazier on NFI. We already announced that for you guys. Tyson Johnson cut. So there you go. There you have it. Let me make sure my math is right on these depth charts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stephen Carlson cut. Get him out of there. So we got 12 plus 5, 17 plus 4, 21 plus 3 is 24, plus 3 is 27, 29, plus 3, 32. Get to the backups now. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. Yep. Depth charts are set, Colin. You can move those over. All right, so for those just joining us, the full list of cuts we will have on screen, but a lot of the new ones, Maurice Alexander, Britton Brown, Jonathan Ford, Mekhi Garner, Jamry Chroma, Jordan McFadden, Zacch Pickens, J.P. Richardson, Tyler Scott, Ricky Stromberg, veterans that have been cut, which means they don't go to waivers, Miles Boykin, Stephen Carlson, Tanoh Kpassagnon. Short-term IR, which means they are eligible to return after week 4. Travis Homer, Eamon Ogbongbemiga, which is why probably a big reason why they're keeping Carl Jones. And then also guys who have been waived with an injury designation, which means if they clear waivers, I think they revert to season-ending IR, so the Bears would keep them in that scenario or agree on a settlement to cut them. Tyson Johnson, Doug Kramer, and Bill Murray. So there is the list. There is the list. Any surprises, chat? Any surprises, chat? Let me know if you're surprised by anything. Travis Homer. So it's interesting, Colin, in the chat, whoever's listening. Roschon Johnson, not the short-term IR running back. Travis Homer is. I'm going to tweet out. For what? Britton Brown. Are you in this article they tweeted out? Maurice Alexander, you got him? I'll just keep reading. Tyson Johnson was waived. Kramer, Bill Murray. We already had Mekhi Garner. Jamry Chroma. I don't see him on here. I think that's the one. Just put him under McFadden. And DE for him. Where did this start so I can copy these down into the copy? No, I know. What was the last one we had for the copy? Tyler Scott. Okay. I'll move those down for whoever does the highlight cut. All right, guys. This is producing on the fly, baby. A little behind-the-scenes look for you guys. All right, when you get those cuts into graphics, we can start cycling those. Then all right, we will go through all the cuts and the 53-man roster here in a few moments here. Stick with us. We'll take your questions as well, so if you want to keep firing super chats. Yeah, Luke Newman's on the team, Anthony. Luke Newman's on the team. Someone goes, heard there's a name by a guy by the name of Velus Jones Jr. we could pick up off waivers. I'll pass. Did he officially get cut? Oh, the Bears' 53-man roster is set. So some interesting little nuggets here. 3 quarterbacks, 3 running backs for now. DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai, and Roschon Johnson. And Monangai and Roschon are banged up, so keep an eye on an addition there. 6 receivers, Devin Duvernay and Jade Walker make it. Just 3 tight ends, Komet, Loveland, and Durham Smythe. They do keep 10 offensive linemen. Theo Benedette, Luke Newman, Karan Amagaji all make the team. They keep 10 defensive linemen. Dominique Robinson, Daniel Hardy, Chris Williams, the bubble guys that make it there. They keep 5 linebackers because Eamon Ogbongbemiga is on short-term IR. TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, Noah Sewell, Ruben Hippolyte, and Carl Jones make the team. 6 corners, Nick McLeod, Josh Blackwell both make the team. And then 4 safeties and the 3 specialists. 2 short-term IRs with Eamon O and Travis Homer, and then Zay Frazier on the reserve/NFI list. So there's that. There is that.
So what was that about it not being ready right at 3? The Bears were on it this year.
Yeah, shout out to the Bears. Last year, I think it lingered a bit. So
shout out to the Biz.
We'll react in further detail here.
Yeah, everything's still kind of loaded in. We'll get kind of the...
I could see Stromberg on the practice squad, Mr. Ethan, especially with Kramer being waived with an injury designation. So
Agreed.
They'll want to have someone like him on the practice squad as like an emergency center.
Yeah. We can go through all the cuts here in a second, but just wanted to show the short-term IR.
Yeah, work that into the cut as well. You can put that like at the end of... like after or before the Zay Frazier thing. Does that make sense?
I don't even see Zay here. Let me put Zay.
Didn't have a Zay Frazier bio.
Yeah, where did that go? I don't know.
I do not know.
I'm looking at the. Here, I'll just add it. I'll add it before. So you said before or after? You want this included?
You can put it at the end of the cut. It doesn't matter. They can all. You can go. Yeah, either one's fine. I swear I scripted that. Did I not? Oh, it's up here. You have it in the build-up part.
Yeah, I was saying for the actual cut.
Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't put it down here.
Yeah, it's all good.
We'll do the weigh-in 2 above it.
Okay. Like I said, just want to make sure that we're all good, looking good. Shout out to Michael also. Good Lord. Looks like I'm going to be booting today, Harry.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're over 500.
Yep.
We'll do a race. That'll come later.
Yeah. All right, so here are all the cuts.
Yeah, we'll sprint through the cuts, and then we'll kind of go through a full breakdown here. All right, you've seen a lot of these, but Samori Toure, Royce Freeman, Chris Glazer, Caleb Hayes, Mark Perry, Mekhi Garner, Millard Bradford, Xavier Carlton, Jeremiah Walker, Swayze Bozeman, Thomas Gordon, Joel Wilson, Austin Reed, Ian Wheeler, Alex Cook, Power Eccles, Trey Flowers, Josh Miles, Ricky Stromberg, J.P. Richardson, Luke Elkin, Tanoh Kpassagnon, Zacch Pickens, Tyler Scott, Britton Brown, Tyson Johnson, Doug Kramer, Bill Murray, Maurice Alexander, and Jonathan Ford. And then Miles Boykin, Stephen Carlson, Jordan McFadden, and Jamri Chroma. Those are your cuts for this team. We mentioned the 2 guys on short-term IR, Eamon Ogbongbemiga and Travis Homer, and you guys can kind of figure out who made the team, but we'll break that part of it down here in a second as well. So, yeah, put into Chip says he can grab it. So, all right, if you want to put in there, we're going to get into this cut, and let me just kind of grab this. All right, cool. All right, here we go. 53-man roster is in. We're going to break it all down here on Chicago Bears Now. While Colin's wrapping some things up, Looking to see if the Lions made any interesting cuts, because that'll be something to monitor. I mean, we knew about Dan Skipper, so that's a potential one to monitor. But all right, here we go. Bears roster is in. Let's talk about it. The Chicago Bears have revealed their initial 53-man roster for 2025. We're going to break it all down here on Chicago Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham. Remember, things could change as the waiver wire will hit tomorrow at noon Eastern, 11 Central Time. So, spots 51, 52, 53, those could be in flux. But here were the cuts that the Bears made to get down to 53. Samori Toure, Royce Freeman, Chris Glazer, Caleb Hayes, Mark Perry, Mekhi Garner, Millard Bradford, Xavier Carlton, Jeremiah Walker, Swayze Bozeman, Thomas Gordon, Joel Wilson, Austin Reed, Ian Wheeler, Alex Cook, Power Eccles, Trey Flowers, Joshua Miles, Ricky Stromberg, J.P. Richardson, Luke Elkin, Tanoh Kpassagnon, who Brad Biggs says will likely be back on the practice squad and a game day option, so we'll probably see him soon. He's a vested vet, won't have to go to waivers. Zacch Pickens, Tyler Scott, Britton Brown, Tyson Johnson, Doug Kramer, and Bill Murray also all got waived with injury designation. So if they clear waivers, they could be on the Bears season-ending IR, so keep an eye on that. Maurice Alexander, Devin Duvernay got the nod there, so Alexander gets cut. Jonathan Ford, and then Miles Boykin, Steven Carlson, Jordan McFadden, who they were trying to trade, and Jamri Chroma all get cut as well. And then two players on short-term IR. Travis Homer, who has been dealing with an injury. So is Roschon Johnson and Kyle Monangai, who are on the 53. So I think they're going to have to make an addition at running back. And then Eamon Ogbongbemiga, which is why Carl Jones is on the initial 53. And then, of course, we found this out yesterday, but Zay Frazier is out the first 6 weeks of the season at least, as he has been placed on the reserve/non-football injury list. Then, of course, season-ending IR players Terrell Smith, Sean Wade, and Deion Hankins, as they will be able to rehab with the Bears unless they agree to an injury settlement. All right, we're going to go position by position shortly and break down the guys who did make the 53-man roster, but we're just getting rolling here. This is why you subscribe to Chicago Bears Now. We'll have a video later tonight probably on waiver wire targets, notable cuts across the league that the Bears could show interest in. Practice squad signings will start to come in tomorrow after the waiver wire hits at 12:01 Eastern. Injury updates, Jaylon Johnson, we'll find out what's going on with him and these running backs and so on and so forth. We're trying to get to 128,000 subscribers, so hit that sub button, turn on notifications. We would appreciate it. Okay, quarterback, and Ben Johnson told us earlier today they are keeping 3, Caleb Williams, Tyson Bagent, and Case Keenum. I do think there's a decent chance Austin Reed is back on the practice squad, but no surprise here. I like the move. They gave Case Keenum guaranteed money, so I think this was always the play to keep him around. Obviously, Tyson Bagent recently got extended, so they're a fan of what he's been able to do. It sounds like Keenum is back and healthy, too, so good to see that, and nice to have a veteran in the room. 3 running backs, and then Homer on short-term IR. DeAndre Swift, Roschon Johnson, who we haven't seen in weeks, so I guess it's a relatively good sign that he did not go on short-term IR. Maybe he's close to returning. We'll keep an eye on that. And then Kyle Monangai, which they labeled initially as not a serious injury, but Ben Johnson did say that these running back injuries are lingering, and they're kind of, quote, working through that right now. So I think in addition, a waiver wire claim could be coming at this position. Keep in mind, too, DJ Moore's been getting some run out of the backfield, so that could help early on in the season if they're down a body at that position. So we will monitor that situation as well. Before we get to receiver and the rest of the position groups, Prize Picks. Daily fantasy made easy at prizepicks.com/CLNS. Football is back as the true opening weekend of college football is here. the big boys are going to get going soon as well. And don't miss any of the action with our friends over at Prize Picks. It's very easy to play Prize Picks as you just pick more or less on stat projections on 2 to 6 player lineups. If you get your lineup right, you can win up to 2,000 times your money. That's right, you can turn $10 into $20,000. All eyes are on the Texas-Ohio State game. And I personally like Arch Manning to reach the end zone on a rushing score, so I'm taking more on half a rushing/receiving touchdown for him. That is a demon pick, which is tougher to hit, but if you do, it's a larger payout. I paired that with Garrett Nussmeier, less on 279.5 passing yards against a tough Clemson defense. $20 entry to win 90 on this two-player lineup. Again, more players you have in your lineup, more money you can potentially win. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's Prize Picks. Run your game. Okay, let's go to wide receiver now. 6 make it, including Jade Walker. We knew the big 4, DJ Moore, Rome Badunze, Olamide Zaccheaus, and Luther Burden. Devin Duvernay, who was back at practice today, he's been banged up the last couple of weeks. Look for him to be this team's punt and potentially kick returner. And then Jade Walker, at least initially, is on the 53. Big preseason, had that walk-off touchdown catch and tackle on special teams. Absolutely earned a spot. We'll see after waiver wire claims if he ends up sticking around. Good for him. 3 tight ends, Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland, Durham Smythe. I think the Bears would like to keep both Stephen Carlson and Joel Wilson on the practice squad. Carlson is not subject to waivers, so if he doesn't find a spot on a 53 somewhere, you would think they would bring him back. And it was reported when they cut Wilson that they do want to bring him back, so we'll see what happens there. Wilson does have to go on waivers. 10 offensive linemen. Your starters, well, we'll see on Braxton Jones. Ben Johnson said he doesn't want to talk about starters right now, but assuming he's the starter, but regardless, he's on the team along with Joe Thuney, Drew Dahlman, Jonah Jackson, and Darnell Wright. Theo Benedette makes the team. So does Karan Amagaji, so they're going to keep 5 tackles. Ryan Poles did allude to Benedette's ability to play guard as well. I still would like to see them give Amagaji some reps there. We'll see if that happens. Luke Newman, the 6th-round pick, who had a strong preseason at left guard, he's on the team. Ryan Bates makes the team. He's the backup center, your top overall backup interior offensive lineman. And then Ozzie Trapillo, of course, the 2nd-round pick as well. So 10 offensive linemen. They were unable to trade Jordan McFadden, who they end up cutting. You would think he'd be a strong candidate to return to the practice squad if he is not claimed. Okay, 10 defensive linemen as well. Your starters, Dio Adengbo, Montez Sweat, Javon Dexter, Grady Jarrett, Daniel Hardy, Austin Booker, who's hurt right now but was not placed on short-term IR, so maybe he doesn't play week 1, but at least he's not going to miss the first 4 weeks, you would think. Dominique Robinson makes it. He did leave practice early today with the trainer, so keep an eye on that. Andrew Billings, Shamar Turner, and then Chris Williams, the last defensive tackle to make the 53. So 10 defensive linemen, 5 linebackers, and then a 6th one in Eamon Ogbongbemiga on short-term IR. But Tremaine Edmonds, who missed the last preseason game with the soft tissue injury. TJ Edwards, who left practice early today, so you could be getting thin here. Noah Sewell, Ruben Hippolyte, Carl Jones, probably the biggest surprise to make the 53, but when you factor in Amino going to short-term IR, that makes sense. I also think Carl Jones could be a guy, if they do claim someone, he could be the guy who gets cut. So keep an eye on that with the waivers coming through tomorrow. Jaylon Johnson has been activated, so he's on the initial 53, which means he won't miss the first 4 weeks of the season. Potentially can miss week 1, but they're still hopeful there. Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, Nashawn Wright, Nick McLeod, Josh Blackwell are on the team as well. And then Zay Frazier, who's been out all of training camp, was placed on the reserve/NFI list, meaning he'll miss at least the first 6 weeks of the season. And then lastly, or second to last, I should say, no surprises the rest of the way. 4 safeties, Kevin Byard, Jaquan Brisker, Elijah Hicks, and Jonathan Owens, all in the final year of their current contract, so that's certainly notable. And then your specialists, Cairo Santos, Torrey Taylor, and Scott Daly gets the nod over Luke Elkin as the team's long snapper. Add all that up, the cuts, the guys who made the team, you got 53 players on the initial roster for your 2025 Chicago Bears. Which Bears cut surprised you the most? If you had to pick one guy, which cut surprised you the most? There weren't any stunning ones. Really, the biggest shocker was Carl Jones making the team, but I think that's more out of necessity due to the aim and O situation. So let us know if there was a cut that just shocked you. Tanoh Kpassagnon was a minor surprise, but he's going to be back in the fold, it sounds like, in some regards. So, again, no major surprises, but that is where things sit right now. All right, appreciate everybody that tuned in to this roster revelation breakdown. We will have waiver wire targets on the channel later tonight or early in the morning, TBD, but have those notifications turned on. And as always, bear down. All right. There you have it.
There you have it.
Does Chip know the cut's over?
I just slacked it to him. He was on it, though. Shout out to Chip. Yeah, he says he's on it. Cool.
Bill Murray, that was an injury one. So maybe he reverts to IR if he clears.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Pretty, again, outside of Carl Jones, pretty
straightforward. The biggest questions were really like, who are the IR designations, especially among that running back group. Mm-hmm. I'm a little surprised it's Homer and not Roschon. But if I had to pick, that would be like, maybe that means Roschon's close to being back.
You would hope. And again, obviously other players are getting cut as well. Bears, I'm sure, will put in maybe one or two roster claims at least.
Yeah.
Especially at linebacker, you would think.
Linebacker or running back. I'll compile a list of targets I'm interested in. I think Audric Estime is a guy to watch, especially if Declan Doyle puts in a good word. We'll see how he felt about him being on that staff last year in Denver.
Yeah. Catching up on all these raffle tickets, but we will get through.
Not to cut you off, Rome Adunze was just asked, why does Caleb Williams get so much hate? He says, quote, I don't know, man. Y'all going to have to tell me. Y'all write the stories on that boy. So Rome's got QB1s back.
He does. That's a great answer, by the way.
Yep.
Great answer. Shout out Adunze. Future Bears wide receiver 1. He's going to ball this year, man.
I think so.
Horowitz, Agent Bagent, the contingency. This was obviously the reference to what we were talking about earlier. Michael again with the goddamn. And then Avery says, well, this was boring. Nobody major got cut.
It's still exciting to see who's on the team.
Yeah.
Let's catch up on supers, and then we'll see what the plan is here. We got Arizona. Heard there's a guy by the name. I read this earlier. Let me see. Did he even get cut?
According to Horowitz, who sent in this super chat, actually said Velus made the Saints as a 53 as a RB.
Oh man. Could you imagine if he was, good there?
Imagine.
Here's what's so frustrating about Velus. When the ball is in his hands, he is dangerous. He just has horrible hands, and he has major ball security issues. Frustrating.
Very frustrating. Dylan Gabriel's been confirmed as the Browns QB2, and the Falcons have placed starting right tackle Caleb McGarry on injured reserve.
Yeah, that's why I wondered if they would be in on And by the way, trades can still happen.
Yep.
A lot of these just happen before roster cuts, but that doesn't mean a Cam Robinson trade couldn't still happen or something like that. So just keep that in mind here. Yeah, Tito, Luke Newman made it. He's in.
Luke Newman.
Shout out Horowitz. We'll get him a couple helmet stickers.
Yeah. It says bear down.
Let's give him another boom.
Absolute legend.
Cameron. What? All edges are still available after 53s. I'll have to scour cuts. A couple of your free agents. Zedarius and Clowney are still out there. I know I've gotten pushback on those guys, but they're still available. Just saying.
Here we go.
Dennis. What's up, guys? Hypothetical. If Cincy starts slow, would they deal Trey? and at a lower price. It is an interesting thought because they didn't give him an extension, Colin. So,
they just gave him
if they're like 2-6, would you flip them? Now, I don't think they'll be that bad. I think Burrow's going to keep them in most games, but it's an interesting thought. They'd have to be really bad, I think. Like, they'd have to be clearly out of the playoff mix.
1-3, do they do it?
See, I think even then, that's too early. I mean,
1-4.
I think it would be a deadline week move. I don't think it would happen before then.
Okay.
I think it would be like, I think they'll have 8 games for the deadline. I think even if they were 3-5, I think they'd keep them. I think they'd have to be 2-6 or worse.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I mean, you obviously don't want to trade a guy like that. But then again,
I mean, clearly they're all in on this year with how they operated with that contract. So they're only going to trade him if they're kind of conceding that they're done this year.
Yeah.
So.
Agreed. All right, we're caught up in supers. We do need to do.
Let's do a boot race.
Okay.
I'll go fill them up if you want to hold it down.
Yeah, I think perfect time to maybe go over some cuts. Don't say, or what should I say?
Yeah, we can cycle back through some roster cuts and then.
Yeah,
we do it. You want to do a little last call here as well on the hat raffle.
Yeah, last call on, as Harry mentioned, the hat raffle. $5 to get in. I'll also throw Harry's Venmo and Cash App in here that gets you double raffle tickets. So obviously, if you send in 5 on Venmo or Cash App, you get 2. You send in 10, you get 4, et cetera, et cetera. 6, excuse me. I can't count. All right, so let me put that in the chat. We'll go over the cuts again while Harry's filling up the boots. The boots. But there's that for you guys if y'all want to get in. To debt. All right, let me get this all loaded up here. Okay, so this is every cut that the Bears made. Samori Toure, Royce Freeman, Chris Glazer, Caleb Hayes. We've got Mark Perry, Mekhi Garner, Millard Bradford, Xavier Carlton, Jeremiah Walker, Swayze Bozeman. We got Thomas Gordon, Joe Wilson, Austin Reed, Ian Wheeler, Alex Cook, Power Eccles, Trey Flowers, Joshua Miles, Ricky Stromberg, J.P. Richardson. And then as we continue here, we've got Luke Elkin, Tanoh Kpassagnon, Zacch Pickens, Tyler Scott, Britton Brown. We got Tyson Johnson, Doug Kramer, Bill Murray, Maurice Alexander, Jonathan Ford. And then these last 4, Miles Boykin, Steven Carlson, Jordan McFadden, Jamari Chroma. So that is all of the Bears cuts. They did also sign a couple guys to short-term IR. Travis Homer, Amon Ogbongbemiga, which again, thought if there was a running back that was going to go to short-term IR, it was going to be Roschon Johnson. But he's not. He is still on the roster. Noah Sewell made the team. Noah Sewell made the team. Noah Sewell did make the team. And obviously as well, shout out to you, Harry. Yeah. And Zay Frazier was placed on the reserve NFI list. Pretty chalk, as it were. If I do say so myself.
The biggest questions were who goes on short-term IR.
Yeah. So, any initial thoughts from you guys? Metal Guy says Zay Frazier will miss the entire season. I mean, it is a possibility.
Definitely possible. But at least they didn't subject him to waivers.
It's true. That is true.
All right.
You want to go ahead?
We'll do this boot race, and then if we have any last-minute supers, we'll get those going. Normally with this, with a lot of people hanging out, we'd hang out a bit longer, but Colin and I have a lot going on behind the scenes, so we'll sign off. I want to start looking at some waiver wire guys and so on and so forth. So, Beanie Bishop, there you go. I thought he was actually decent last year.
Yeah, I think
Cheers.
he's pretty solid nickel.
Decent nickel. All right, you want to give me a little Rome Odunze head start here?
Yeah, I mean, dude, we might have to dwindle it down to a
Olamide Zaccheaus.
Yeah,
you can give me a Zaccheaus head start. 14.
All right, we'll do 14.
Let's do 14. If I still win, I'm in.
You're working.
This is a sign of improvement.
This also means that I need to get into the drinking gym.
Yes, exactly.
So.
All right,
so
salute.
All right, here you go. One Mississippi.
Oh, wait
I
a
forgot
second.
the countdown. I forgot the countdown.
God, look
That's
at this
good.
guy's unbelievable.
I'll start. All right. That's a 5 a.m. meeting tomorrow.
That's another pre-snap penalty.
Pre-snap penalty. Ben Johnson's going to have a word with me. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi, 13 Mississippi, 14 Mississippi. All right. Maybe Rome. So Rome is still a sweet spot.
Yeah. Back to Rome it is. Damn it.
Push a little bit, too.
Shit. All right.
Oh, good.
Reginald, I've been saying that for a long time. Amagaji should get some work at guard.
It just makes sense.
And if you're going to keep him, it's like, yeah, sure, keep developing him at tackle behind the scenes, but why not get him some reps at guard?
I would agree.
Those were Happy Dads, for those wondering. Someone says that was beer. So Happy Dads are like, they're seltzers. Big fan of the wild sherry. Yeah. Sea-Dog is undefeated. The man doesn't lose, at least not to me.
You're not a big
Ryan Poles just said that Karan Amagaji has started practicing inside at guard.
That's big.
Love this. Been saying it for And if you're going to keep a guy like that, you have to give him a look at guard.
Have to.
Like, just keeping a fifth tackle, can't do it.
Cannot do it.
Says he's fit in well there at practice. So that's good.
Yeah. Beanie Bishop stuff's coming in.
Yeah. Ryan Poles indicated the Bears are comfortable with the health of Roschon Johnson and Kyle Monangai ahead of Week 1. They joined DeAndre Swift as the 3 running backs in the depth chart. So if they're all ready for Week 1, then maybe they just roll with what they got. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll
all right, are we good to move everybody over? Did you get any Venmos, Cash Apps?
Did not get any Vinnies or Cash Apps, so we will roll with the current list, the current tally from Super Chats. So this is also the third time in 4 years that a rookie UDFA has made the roster. Jade Walker this year. First year, Josh Blackwell and Jaylon Jones and Jack Sanborn made it. Might have been a couple others too. That roster was not very good. Second year, I'm trying to think who the second year. Do you guys remember in 2023 which UDFA made it as a rookie? Last year, I don't think there was one. Oh, it was Bagent. Bagent in 23. Last year, I don't think there was one. And then this year, it was Jade Walker. So,
yeah.
Good stuff. All right.
Do you think Walker,
Yeah, you're right. Daniel is Tyson. What's up?
Do you think Walker, kind of just made his case? In other words, made it with that last kind of preseason performance?
I think that final drive.
Yeah,
and not just the acrobatic catch. To do that and then make the game-sealing tackle on special teams, because that's where he's going to have a chance to play early.
Yeah. Is
on special teams. So I'm glad they kept him. When they signed him as a UDFA, his size, speed profile stood out to me. Remember, he almost blocked that punt, too, in the second. Because remember, the announcers thought it was Zay Frazier because it was number 20.
Yeah.
But it's Jade Walker.
So we just did get a couple last-minute Super Chats.
Yeah, last minute. We'll get some more tickets in there for Josh.
Yeah. Here,
Michael.
I'll
get you guys in there.
We'll go ahead and throw those up on screen.
Appreciate you guys. Shout out Wasim with the bear down.
Shout out. Wasim.
Wasim. You guys think we can go on America's Got Talent? Or American Idol?
American Idol,
Who
baby.
says no?
Who says no?
probably all of America. I used to OG American Idol when Simon Cowell was on there, and you would just have these people who could not carry a tune, and he would just eviscerate. That was like the best part of American Idol.
Yeah. No one wants to hear people like give constructive criticism on TV.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, give me the good stuff.
Yeah, the best part was that. Second best part were the people who were really good. The worst part were like the guys who would barely make it through. It's like, okay, they're just mid. Appreciate you, Wasim. All right, to Josh, can we trade for Parsons now? Well, Hendrickson, that ship has sailed, at least for now, maybe at the deadline, but for now, that has sailed. I mean, until there's a resolution in Dallas, you can't say never, but I think we'd all be surprised if the Micah thing happened. Okay, and then Horowitz, they just announced Frazier will miss the entire season. I've not seen that, but
where'd you hear that, Mike?
I'm guessing Ryan Poles may have said that. Let me go or search here. Yeah, he's going to miss the whole season.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
Wow.
Ryan Poles, here's the breakdown from Courtney Cronin. Zay Frazier will miss all of 2025. The personal issue he's dealing with is something the Bears discovered after he was drafted, and it's something that stems from before he got to Chicago. So sometime between the draft and OTAs? I don't know. Poles does say Frazier will spend time in meetings, the weight room, and with the medical staff.
Wow.
So that'll be interesting.
Cole Strange has been released by the Patriots.
He stinks.
He stinks, baby. Wow. Yeah, just that's.
I mean, look, I did not. Once we got toward the end of training camp, I was like, I don't expect him to contribute this year. Like, even if he gets activated at some point, I think he's like a deep backup this year. So, retro him this year. One thing he does need is to add weight. He's pretty wiry. So maybe this is an opportunity to just hit the weight room hard, learn the defense, study the game mentally, and then get into next offseason and compete for a spot next year. So,
Chip wants to know, he said he'll post on Facebook. Does Harry, do you want to post yourself on Twitter? Or
say what?
For the cut, do you want him to send you the link, or do you want him to
tell him he can send it to me. I'll tweet it out here in a minute. All right. Or
here, I'll send it to you, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I got you. There you go. All right, 55 entries into this duck race. Shout out to you guys.
Appreciate it.
And Michael asked, when can it be, though?
When can what be?
He just sent in the super. That's what it said. Or what can it be, though? Excuse me.
Oh, what can be the issue? I mean, I can throw out ideas, but I don't know. Was there a death in the family? Was there, is it a mental health issue? Is it, again, this is no idea. And I'm not going to sit here and, AP says legal issues, ? I feel like we would know if that was the case. I don't think it's a legal issue. Someone is speculating. See, what I'm not going to do is speculate that there's an ongoing criminal investigation. I have no
idea.
There's no, for me to speculate on that would be out of order. So the fact that they're saying he's going to be around doing stuff tells me it's probably not something legal related. So I'm not going to speculate. Anytime you hear personal, it can be
a number of things.
It can be family. It could be, you just don't know. So he's going to be around. That's the good news. The bad news is we're not going to see him this year. So, yeah. So, all right. Here we go. 55 entries. One of you is going to win a Bears Now hat. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off. Kentucky Derby edition for roster cutdown day. 10 seconds gone as we are underway. Who is going to win a Bears Now hat? Is it going to be Hollywood? Is it going to be Twinquist? Is it going to be Michael Horowitz, who we know has plenty of duckies in the race? 30 seconds are gone. Cullen Brown.
There we go. We got Horowitz. We got Tanner. We got Refrigerator Repair. We got Benjamin. Peace to the Way. We've got a lot of Horowitz stocks, which, hey, shocker, right? Benjamin, we got Crispin up there. Refrigerator Repair. May have added extra Y. That's on me. We know who you are. It's 10 seconds. Who's it going to be? It's the final bit. We got Refrigerator. Ooh. Is it going to be Horowitz? Is it going to be somebody up top?
Horowitz making a push.
It is. Go Horowitz.
Shout out to the Horowitz. He is going to win a Bears Now hat. Shout out to you. Seems well deserved.
He's earned it. He has earned it.
Every duck is in there, guys. They get overlapped.
Yeah. You can only fit so many ducks on screen, but they're there.
They're all there. All right. Well, this was fun. More to come. Waiver wire targets probably tonight because the waiver wire, those start to be leaked, or they're due at 11 Central tomorrow, 11 a.m. So we'll break that down for you guys tomorrow if the Bears did make any claims. And if not, we'll get going on the practice squad stuff. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out to Cullen for producing. We are out of here. Hit that subscribe button and bear down.